get down.
Hello everybody, this is Keith Knapp with Expert Credit Systems, and today we're going to get into part 2 of the Unstoppable Sales System, and we're going to get into partner marketing, and I'm going to take my time on this video series and just really dig in, give you as much content as I can, and just really just kind of slow down and let you have time to take notes, have time to really think through what we're talking about. And listen guys, if you're watching this and you haven't signed up for our email campaign, jump on. What I'm doing is I'm actually sending the outline and along with a worksheet involving the what we're talking about. So like today, I'm going to break down everything, just the first half of partner marketing, and you're going to have notes to go along with it. And at the end of it, I'm actually going to give you a presentation, sales presentation that I would give to a partner, quick pitches and different thoughts and ideas with that. So you don't want to miss it. If you're not a part of the email series, click below, register with your name, your email address, you know, all that fun stuff that you normally do. I promise all the emails we send are full of content and it's going to be helpful for you. So let's get into the Unstoppable Sales System part 2, partner marketing. So the first thing, if you paid attention on the last one, or if you caught the first part of the series, sorry, we were talking about the 4 different parts of marketing. So to put together your Unstoppable Sales System, the first thing you need to do, and this is what I always advise, is think about how this is going to affect your business. How is marketing to partners going to change your business opposed to online marketing, Facebook marketing, event marketing, or radio advertising, television advertising? So let's talk about some of the changes that come with your business. First off, you got to really think through your pricing model. Now, when I'm talking pricing model, I'm not saying that if you're if you have a monthly payment model, you're wrong, or if it's pay per deletion, it's wrong, or if it's a hybrid, it's wrong, or, it's not about that. But what I want you to do is I want you to be thinking about, how does this work in your presentation? What does this mean? Is this a fair price for your services that you're offering, that you're going to feel okay going to a partner and saying, hey, I got this product, I sell credit repair, I can help your clients fix their credit, and it's only $99 a month. Are you going to feel okay doing that? Are you going to be confident doing that? Are you going to be able to go, you know what, I know I'm offering a very competitive price and it works well. Let's talk about some of the different models. I'm from Kansas City, and I ran Credit Guys for about 7 years, and we started with a monthly payment model. And our competition, which is now Credit Law Center here in Kansas City, it's a great company. It's a very solid business. A bunch of great guys that run it, Bo and Jim, that have nothing but good things to say about them. But when I was competing against them, they rolled out with a pay per deletion model. So everything that came from them is, you don't pay till it goes away, you don't pay till it goes away, and they just pounded it into the marketplace. And so the mortgage lenders, the real estate agents, everybody we would talk to just kept going back to, oh, you don't pay till it goes away, or I'm not comfortable paying a monthly model. So it really kind of put it put pressure on us to really identify our pricing model and to really think through it and work through it. And so, what we started doing is saying, you know what, yeah, you're right. We charge monthly. We don't know what results we're going to get, but you know what? The clients know exactly what their bill is going to be, and they know exactly how much they're going to pay every month. So no matter which way that you're running your business, no matter how it is, think of the unique selling proposition for it. Don't think of the negatives. I mean, if you think of the negatives, think of how you can combat them in a positive way. So, let me give you a couple of examples. Well, our company it's a pay for deletion. You only pay for the corrections or the deletions on your credit report. So there's no need for a guarantee. We're only charging our clients based on results. It's a very fair model, no matter if they've got 1 item or 100 items. Makes sense to you? Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about a monthly payment model. So we have a monthly payment model, and we've got a couple different options depending on how many items they have. And the reason we like the monthly payment model is this. You're a mortgage lender, and you know that your clients are going to need money for a down payment so that they can buy a home, right? Yeah. Wouldn't it make sense for them to be able to budget for their credit repair? Well, yeah. So if your clients know that it's only $99 a month, no matter how much we get removed from their credit report, they know it's always going to cost them $99 a month. Don't you think that's fair? Don't you think that's gonna fit best into their budget while they're getting ready to buy a home? Well, yeah, I never thought about it that way. So I'm not an advocate for either way in this series. That'll be another series down the road. But for this, pricing model, just think of your unique selling proposition. How can you position yourself in the marketplace that, if you're competing against somebody who's a pay per deletion, or you're competing against somebody who's a monthly model, how can you position yourself so that you can add a unique value to those partners? The second one we want to think about is communication. This is a big one. When you're working with partners, one of the things we talked about in the first series, the first part of the series, is partners are low investment. It doesn't take a lot of money to start collecting partners and start building relationships that can refer you business, but it does take a lot of time. And this is one of those areas that takes time. When you're looking at communication, you got to think first, how are you communicating with the client? Because the partner, when they send you business, they're expecting to get that client back with their credit repaired and ready to buy a home. So your communication with the client is paramount when you're working with partners, making sure that you're openly communicating what's going on, where they're at, what's happening. If there's any hiccups in the process that the client knows and the partner knows, which brings us to the next part, communicating with the partners. If you're not using a software like Credit Money Machine that gives the partners a portal to be able to see all their clients and see the progress of their clients, you need to be constantly in front of them. You need to be constantly looking at them or talking to them and going, okay, anytime there's an update, here's what's going on with your client, here's where it's at. It's a twofold purpose. One, the first thing is now your partners know what's going on and they appreciate it. But the second thing is now you have an excuse to reach out, communicate with your partner, touch base with them, talk with them, go over some stuff, work together, and it builds that relationship and builds that bond more. So, think through when you're setting up your business and how you're going to run things and how things are going to work. How are you communicating with your clients? That's reflecting it back to the partner, and how are you communicating with your partners to let them know what's going on with your clients? The next one is the length of service for your clients. No matter if you're a pay for deletion or a monthly model, this is very important to partners. A mortgage lender doesn't want to send a client to a credit repair company and have it take 8, 9, 10 months to get their credit repaired. It's not worth it to them. You may find a handful that really don't care and they like you and they'll send it to you, but really to maximize your investment, to get the best return out of your partners, you need to be focused on getting your clients in and out. Now, if you're on a monthly payment model, this may seem counterintuitive, but one thing that you'll realize very quickly is that your partners become your first client. So the more clients that you get taken care of, the more clients that you can get repaired and get out of your system and get back to your partner, the more clients are going to come to you. Those clients that you repaired quickly are going to refer you people if you're marketing properly. Those partners that got those clients back quick, they're going to send you more business. So, think about that. What's the length of time? How long is it? What's your average time that it takes for a client to graduate your services from start to finish? And communicate that with your partners. Next is your public image and perception. Now, I'm not picking on anybody. Being in a position where I get to help credit repair companies all day, I run across a lot of emails. And I'm just going to throw this out there. Please don't get hurt feelings. If you do, give me a call, and I'm sure that George, Chad, or I can help you get this straightened out. But your company name at gmail.com does not fly for professional. Take some time, spend a little bit of money. You know how much money it costs to buy a URL on GoDaddy? $12.43 after tax. So $12, you can have a website URL for an entire year. Through GoDaddy, you can actually get free services like Horde Mail or Squirrel Mail, and you can set it up so that it interacts with Gmail. There's all sorts of things that you can do. So there's no excuse for not having a company URL. The second thing is get a website. If you don't have a website, there's template websites out there that you can go through, slap your logo on, put some wording up, but have some sort of presence online, and not only online, but also on Facebook. People want to see that you're active, that you're out there, that things are going on, and not your personal website, but your company website. People should be able to find your company, your business Facebook page as much as they can find your website. So, what's your public image? What's the perception that you're putting out there? Are you telling people, hey, look, we're small, we're just getting started, we don't have everything in order? Or do you want to put it in order so that when you approach a partner, it's not a barrier to entry to really have a conversation with them? And then the last thing to think about when you're evaluating partner marketing for your business is your sales process. Talking with a client that's been referred by a partner is a lot different than talking with a client who's come to you off Facebook or that's come from radio advertising or anything like that. The process is a little more slower. It's more consultative, where you're sitting down with the client, talking with them, finding out what's going on, and a lot of times you're going to give them advice that you can't charge them for, but the partner is going to love you and they're going to refer you more business. It's part of the marketing strategy. It's reciprocity. It's taking time with the clients. But what happens is your closing ratio on these are going to go way up opposed to other types of marketing, because the partner is going to start to trust you. They're going to start to say better things about you. They're going to say, no, I send everything to Keith. He's the best. I love what he does. I love how he does it. So, take time. Think about that, though. A normal phone conversation with somebody from Facebook, you may be able to have them in and out and signed up in 25, 30 minutes. Someone that comes from a partner, maybe closer to 45 minutes to an hour. But that's increasing your time that you're spending on the files. But it's going to change how you're running your business and what you're doing for your business. So keep that in mind. Next thing is understanding your partners. One of the big keys to understanding your partners and understanding when you're working with a referral is that it's not your business anymore. It's not just your client. You are sharing this client with your partners. So. First thing, how many times are partners hit up for business? So understanding your partners, how many times are they asked for referrals? Let me tell you this. I was a mortgage lender for a lot of years. I was really good at it. I got solicited all the time. If it wasn't a credit repair company coming in, then it was a title company coming in, or an insurance agent coming in, or home warranty company coming in. It was always somebody in the broker days. I mean, you just had account executives coming in left and right, just asking you for business and working, and it just got frustrating and annoying. So, understand that when you approach a partner and you talk to a partner, the first thing to know is that they are constantly being hit up for business. They're constantly being marketed to. They're always getting emails. They're always getting things. So, when you come to them, don't come in abrasive, because they deal with abrasive, and they may be abrasive, but be that breath of fresh air that makes them go, okay, you know what? I'm going to slow down and listen to what you have to say, because you're speaking better than anyone else. So the next thing to understand, where a partner is coming from. Why would they trust you? When you get in front of somebody, have you given them a reason to trust you? Have you given them enough value? Have you given them enough opportunity to really know who you are and to start to trust you to send their business? If not, what do you need to do to earn that trust? What do you need to do to really build that value? Do you know what you're doing? This is going to be a plug for the Dispute Master course. If you're not outsourcing with Expert Credit Systems, or you haven't bought the Dispute Master course, do you really know how to do credit repair? Do you really know what you're looking at when it comes to the credit scoring models? Have you really taken the time to understand your product, to understand your services and what you're offering? And when you have that product and you have that confidence behind you, when you go out and you start talking to partners, you portray that confidence of knowing, I know what I'm doing. I know that I can get this taken care of for you. Let me work with your client. So when you're confident and you're not just lying and covering it up, they're going to sense it, and it's going to start to build that trust. So do you know what you're doing? This is going to be an obstacle or an objection that you're going to need to overcome with your partners. This is my favorite one. What happens if you piss off a client? Unfortunately, and when you're working with partners, clients are going to get pissed off. They're going to not like what you did. They're going to mess up, and they're going to get a collection after you've removed 70% of the items on their credit report. And they're going to come back and they're going to blame you. But the thing that you need to keep in mind is you have got to play damage control with your clients. You've got to try to keep them happy. And here's why. So a client finds a home. They're out shopping. They're driving by on the weekend. Their wife says, "Hey, let's look at this house." They fall in love and love the house. They get all excited. So what's their next step? They call the real estate agent that's on the sign, and they say, "Hey, love the house, would love to see it. Okay, the real estate agent takes an hour out of their day, shows them the house, gets in there, speaks with them, gets to know them, has them start signing paperwork. I mean, it just turns into an ordeal. And then what happens? Real estate agent goes, let's get you qualified, and I'm going to send you over to a loan officer. Now the loan officer is involved. Now there's three people involved in the transaction. The loan officer takes a look at their credit and coaches them, says, hey, we're going to need to find out what your payments are. So let's talk with your insurance agent. You need a down payment. Let's talk with your financial planner, see if your 401k is available, whatever. And however that's going to work. So now you potentially have 5 people wrapped up into this one transaction. And then that's not counting the fact that you come in. It's referred to you because, hey, I pulled your credit, Mr. Knapp, and you have bad credit, and I can't qualify you for a home right now. So the partner that you've been working with sends you business, and now you're kind of the pivot point for 4 or 5 people getting paid on one transaction. So it turns into something that you got to be very conscious of. You got to keep in mind at all times, just remember that it's not just your business anymore. It's not just your client to do what you want, but you've got other people that you've got to be thinking about. And it's not that you have to please them all the time, but it's just keeping that in mind that those lines of communication always have to be there. So let's talk about this. We've talked about getting in front of partners, kind of what they're looking for. Let's talk about what you're looking for. What partners do you want? So first, you need to determine who is best suited for you to work with. What's an industry that you can really get behind? For me, it was always super easy for me to talk with mortgage lenders because I was one. So I understand the debt to income ratios. I understand a lot of the FHA guidelines, a lot of the credit approvals that come through, stuff like that. So getting up and talking to a mortgage professional is super easy for me because it's built in, it's natural. I lived it for years, and I breathed it, ate it, slept it, drank it. So it's the same thing for you. Who's the easiest for you to talk to? Are you a real estate agent? Have you been an agent? Is it easy for you to talk to an agent? Maybe you were in insurance, or maybe you had a family member that was insurance, so you understand that. And then the next one, who can you provide value to? When you're talking with somebody, can you provide insight in their industry? Can you provide insight on how your services are going to affect their industry? I'll give you a great example. The first time I talked with an insurance agent, I had no idea what I was doing. I knew, I had read some stuff that said, hey, credit can have an adverse effect on their rates. Okay, well, my clients are already with me, and I'm already getting paid on them. I had to go back to the drawing board, and I realized, hey, wait a minute. If their rates go up and they have a rate hike, then you need me. So, my approach with insurance agents was different. It wasn't, hey, if you have somebody that you can't get approved, I can come in and help. It was, hey, look, I don't want you to get stuck. I don't want you to get into a position that your clients start to leave you because your company has a rate hike, and now because they have bad credit, they're going to leave you. Wouldn't it work better if you referred them to me before it got there? I could get their credit in shape. You can save them money on their insurance, and now you have done something for them financially that nobody else has done. So, I had to redesign my approach with an insurance agent. So, but bringing that to them provided value. The next thing, what do you know about their business? Do you understand how their business works, how it operates, what they have to do on a daily basis? A mortgage lender, they have to take an application, they have to pull credit, they have to run debt to income ratios, they've got to calculate the income properly. On top of that, they take their DU findings, they've got to work through conditions, all sorts of stuff. But when you're talking with somebody, you just don't want to go in blindly and say, hey, I can fix their credit. Yes, you are the credit expert. You are the person that they need to come to and say, hey, I've got a credit problem, but you need to be able to understand what they're talking about. So the thing that I advise is, if you don't know, it's really easy. Take someone out for lunch. Pick a loan officer that you like. They don't even have to be sending you business, but just take somebody that you like and say, hey, can I take you out for a cup of coffee? Why? I just want to understand what you do. I want to understand your business a little bit more because, I've never been a loan officer, and I want to understand where you come from. If you're buying them food, they'll usually jump for that. So, and then lastly, or one of the last things, can you provide value to their business? Not just can you provide value, but can you provide value to their business? Can you help them grow their business? Can you market with them? Can you partner with them in a real way that it's not just about you getting leads, but it's about you being able to work with them on a real level and help them to provide value to their business. Excuse me. So that's it for this. That's it for this segment. Next, I'm going to be continuing the partners. We're going to get into the sales pitch. We're going to get into actual presentations with partners and identifying them and really just digging in more. Like I said, guys, I'm trying to take my time on this, not just blow through it, because there's a lot of stuff that I have to share about this, and I'm excited. If you want to recap this, or if you missed the first part of the series, we're putting all of it on expertcreditsystems.com. Just go into the blog, you'll see it. It's the Unstoppable Sales System. Make sure you sign up for the emails below, on the link below. If you need anything, feel free to reach out. You can reach us at expertcreditsystems.com. My email address is keith@expertcreditsystems.com, or you can call us at 480-347-0238. Again, 480-347-0238. This is Keith Knapp, and I look forward to talking with you guys later.
Get down.